Hi, my name is Vanessa van Dijk, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use Good Molecules overnight exfoliating treatment, which is, so to say, an AHA/BHA exfoliating acid serum, although the main ingredient is 8.1% of glycolic acid, which is an AHA, 1% of lactic acid, and only 0.1% of salicylic acid, which refers to the BHA, which may or may not be effective. So overall, I think this is a great exfoliating acid serum if you have normal to dry, non-sensitive skin, because AHAs, like glycolic acid primarily, can sting or burn if you have sensitive skin. Now, you would use it ideally in your evening skincare routine, and it can help you to loosen dead skin cells on the skin surface, which then helps to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, and even surface hyperpigmentation. Plus, it also increases the natural moisturizing factors within the skin to hydrate the skin, to plump the skin, as well as can boost your collagen. So overall, it's not only great on the skin surface, but it has its anti-aging benefits as well. Now, I want to share with you at first a little example evening skincare routine, plus a little frequency guide, and what should not be paired with this exfoliating acid serum. And then I want to share with you an example routine that's suitable for normal to dry skin, so that you then have something in mind when recreating it at home. So I'm going to keep my main focus now towards the evening skincare routine, which you can see right here. So the first step is going to be washing your face using a non-exfoliating acid cleanser. Now, this can be your regular liquid cleanser that's suitable for your normal to dry skin. This may also be a bar of soap, like one from Good Molecules. But if you're trying to remove stubborn sunscreen and or makeup, like mineral sunscreen, use an oil or balm cleanser instead, or you may want to do a double cleanse so that you can properly remove it from the skin surface. Then after that, you would head into the next step, which is going to be the application of your overnight exfoliating treatment, which you then apply to the skin, leave it on the skin. And then you can move on to hydration. So I just want to keep it simple with, for example, Cosrx Nail Essence, which is quite popular, or you can follow with an hyaluronic acid serum afterwards. And then if you still should feel the need, lastly, your moisturizer. And there you have your example evening skincare routine that you can follow. Now, during daytime, you can go with your current morning skincare routine, or you can see the one example routine right here. But what's really important is your sunscreen during daytime to properly protect the skin, to not make your skin concerns worse, but at the same time properly protect the skin from the damaging UV rays. And the more you're going to use your exfoliant, the more your skin becomes sensitive to the sun, so you can easily get a sunburn, so to say. So therefore, don't forget sunscreen during daytime. Now, if you want to go over the example routine in your own time, you want to recreate it, you want to see what treatments and overall products I have picked, plus a specific sunscreen guide and some general skincare tips, you will find everything in the description box down below. Now, I want to quickly head into the frequency, since this is still important to emphasize, so that you have a great start and then overall can adjust it to your needs. So with your exfoliant, it is best to start off slowly. So get started by using it 2 to 3 times per week. Always have like a break in between, and then do this for, let's say, 2 to 3 weeks to see how this frequency works out for you. If you enjoy that frequency, keep on going. If it's a bit irritating, reduce the frequency. If over time you feel like you can use it more often, well, then go ahead and increase it. The next step would be every other day, and then after that, daily. So you can theoretically use this one daily in your evening skincare routine if you tolerate this. This is very individual, therefore test it to see how it goes. Overall, when it comes to with what you can and should not combine it, it's primarily with other exfoliating acid products. So this may be a highly acidic cleansers, this can be exfoliating acid mask, or even other leave-on exfoliating acid products. It's best to not use them in the same routine. My suggestion would be just work with one exfoliating acid product that works the best for your skin concerns and overall tolerance, so that you're not going to create more irritation. The other point would be retinol or retinoid products. Please do not use them in the same routine. If you're planning on working with a retinol or retinoid as well, alternate between them in the evening and adjust the frequency accordingly. And overall, it also could cause irritation if you're working with strong vitamin C products, primarily if they are containing ascorbic acid, which is the pure form of vitamin C. So again, either use your vitamin C in the morning, your exfoliant in the evening, or depending on the formulation and strength, use both in the evening, but again on alternate days. Then when it comes to the actual conflicts where you can lose some benefits, it's primarily peptides. So avoid using this exfoliating acid serum with peptides. Use your peptide in the morning, your exfoliant in the evening, and then there you have it. And so this would be a brief summary of what you should keep in mind when setting up your skincare routine. Now, I want to get started with the entire application. I'm going to go with the evening skincare routine. You can see the setup right here. I'm going to show you everything from the cleansing step to the moisturizing step so that you can see a proper application, and then if you like to recreate it at home. So again, we're going to get started with the first step, which is washing your face. So this can be done with your regular liquid cleanser. This can also be done with a bar of soap or maybe oil or balm cleanser. I'm going to use Good Molecules Hydrate and Cleanse bar of soap. So this is a great example that you can choose as well to remove any excess oil, dirt, sweat, light makeup and or sunscreen from the skin, and it is suitable for all skin types and feels very hydrating on the skin. Just make sure to keep your soap holder clean and store it at a dry place. And so I'm going to show you the cleansing step because this is the most essential step in the morning and or your evening skincare routine. So when working with water, if you can, use lukewarm water to warm water so it feels comfortable on the skin that you can properly later on rinse it off. You can wash your face in the shower or above the sink. I'm going to do it now above the sink. When doing it above the sink, my suggestion would be work with a soft, clean microfiber washcloth. Those are very gentle on the skin. Wet them in between, squeeze them out, and then use it to properly remove any last traces of your cleanser or even sunscreen and or makeup before moving on to the next step. And so this is now what I'm going to do, so let's get started. So I now go ahead and take a clean towel and gently pat all over to remove the excess water from the skin surface. So now once you're done with your cleansing step, you now can move on to the overnight exfoliating treatment. Now there are two ways on how you can now continue. Either immediately use the exfoliant now after your cleansing step and apply it to damp skin, which does not look any different than dry skin, but you would immediately then move on to the application. Or if that should cause a bit of sensitivity, which it can because it is able to absorb much faster into the skin, then you can also go ahead and wait 5 to 10 minutes in between. This will help that the product is going to absorb much slower into the skin because your skin has more time to dry. So see what works best for you. Either way is fine. Just make sure that you're going to adjust it so that it's not going to cause any sensitivity. Then when it comes to the amount of how much you're going to use between 5 to 8 drops. So to say 5 drops for your face, 3 drops for your neck. If you want to include it, you can also just use it on your face if that's where you have like mainly your concerns that you want to treat. That's fine as well. Just make sure to avoid applying it on your eyelids as well as your lips. And when it comes to the eye contour, it primarily depends on the exfoliant as well as how sensitivity resistant your eye contour is going to be. So some people may be able to use it, others find this quite irritating. My overall guide would be avoid the eye contours because it still can be quite potent as it contains about 8% of glycolic acid. And this is the AHA that can increase sensitivity the most out of all the exfoliating acids. So therefore be mindful when doing the application. Now you can apply it by dispensing the product in the palm of your hand, your fingertips, or immediately onto your face. whatever method you prefer, go ahead and do so, and then blend it evenly all over. Just make sure to not overdo it. This is a treatment. This is not just an hydrating serum that you can just dispense randomly onto your face. So be mindful with how much you're going to use. With any treatment that contains a certain percentage of like active ingredients in it. So the more you use, the more likely you can come across sensitivity. So bear that in mind. Then rub your hands together if you follow the same method as I do, and then apply it all over. So, and once you have applied it to the skin, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. This is a leave-on exfoliant. So in your evening skincare routine, you're going to leave it on the skin for the entire night, and you're going to wash it off the next morning when waking up. So after you have applied your exfoliant, it has fully absorbed into the skin. If you like to, you can always give it about 30 seconds to a minute in between. You now can, as an optional step, move on to an hydrating toner, essence, or serum. I have two examples right here, Cosrx Nail Mucin or Good Molecules Hyaluronic Acid Serum. Those are two great examples which you can use to use something lightweight afterwards that adds hydration before applying your moisturizer if you still should feel the need. So I'm going to go with Good Molecules Hyaluronic Acid Serum. And with this one, you can use about 3 to 5 drops for your face and neck. It is really not really thick in texture, but when applying it to the skin, you have enough time to blend it properly all over. So for me personally, 3 drops are enough. Then again, rub your hands together and apply it evenly all over, on top of your exfoliant. Now, once you have applied your hydrating toner, essence, or serum to the skin, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. Just make sure that it has enough time to absorb into the skin. Now, you can stop right here, depending on your skin type. So if you have normal skin and you do not feel the need of following with the moisturizer afterwards, that's completely fine. Just go ahead and stop it and leave it, and there you have it. Otherwise, if you want to follow on with a moisturizer, now would be the time, as it's going to be the last step in your evening skincare routine. So I have two examples right here, and I'm going to use Neutrogena's Hydro Boost Moisturizer. So use about a pea to a bean size amount, not more than that, because overall you just want to have an even and thin layer all over, and the products that you have already applied previously do also contain some hydrating ingredients. So overall, please do not overdo it when layering more than one product to the skin. Then rub your fingers together and apply it evenly all over. So, and then there you have it. Your moisturizer is your last step. Now you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. And then this would conclude an entire evening skincare routine that you can follow if you have normal to dry skin when using the overnight exfoliating treatment in your skincare routine. And so this is what I wanted to share with you. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If again you want to go over the entire PowerPoint with all that additional information, which I like to update from time to time, you will find everything in the description box down below. Now, if you want to learn more about skincare, I'm going to leave some of the videos at the end of this video. Otherwise, feel free to check out my YouTube channel for more content. And I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skincaring. Bye.